Hey everybody, just a quick footnote here. As you can see, it has conditions have gotten way better than they were last night. Should be able to make some good time here today. Just get ready to take off. Just a quick footnote. There was something else I wanted to talk about, along with the seven heavens or the seven worlds. You also know in the book of Revelations it says to the seven churches. Now those churches around those areas, where those churches were and stuff and everything, undoubtedly had knowledge of the previous mythologies, quote unquote, or religions, and the stories from those religions of virgin births and the Messiah figure and stuff. And each one of those, I believe, I can't say for sure because I haven't studied them all, the Messiah figure says, he's going to return. So what if that return has just been through a virgin birth in another culture at another time? So rather than discounting those stories, maybe it's just the return of a messenger to each culture. And what if those, instead of churches, those might have even been, everyone assumes they're churches of the Christian faith. What if it was messages of seven religions? See what I'm saying? Seven heavens, seven worlds, seven religions. Could be. I'm not sure what all the translations from different languages and stuff would be. So clearly maybe those people's backgrounds of their religions, even though they weren't the Jewish faith, they were of other faiths who were also waiting for a Messiah figure. And so that's why the apostles went out, and then the letters went out to those churches. They incorporated the understanding of the Messiah, of their understanding of Jesus, into what their previous, religion or previous phase of their religion foretold of him. And that's the way they saw him, not as just a new messenger to the Jewish people, but a messenger to all the religions who were waiting for a Messiah figure. And so his message went out abroad to the world and was incorporated in many areas into just being the next step of their religion, because they didn't practice Judaism. You understand? So that's one way of looking at it, is, because we know, the scribes and the priests and all that of the Jewish faith rejected him as being the Messiah figure that they were waiting for. But maybe these other faiths, when the apostles and believers went out and made contact with these other faiths, they clearly saw him as the returning Messiah figure, and incorporated his teachings into the teachings they already had from their faith, or the previous phase of their faith, etc. So I thought I'd throw that out there. Maybe each religion in its own way, in its phases, is its own gate of a pathway to spiritual knowledge and the path to God and to heaven. But then maybe they drop the ball on moving forward when the next phase comes along, so it's picked up by one of the other faiths, and the message is kept alive until everybody else gets up to speed. See what I'm saying? So just thought I'd throw that out there, food for thought. And because a spiritual teaching from God is a spiritual teaching from God, and while there might be things that are added or taught in a new way, and there might be things that are abrogated, etc. It should be apparent to any faith when they, like any faith at the time in the world, that Jesus, peace be upon him, came and gave his message and his life for that message. Anyone, whether they were Hindu or whatever they were, we should have been able to read or hear of the things he taught and made those connections to things they already knew in their religion, not just the Jewish faith. So because his message was to all mankind, that's why he sent the apostles out. So kind of puts an interesting twist on it, don't you think? That what if it's 7 churches means seven religions, and maybe those who accepted the new message from God through Jesus, incorporated his message to their already understanding, of what their faith had taught and everything. And that's the same thing when the messenger, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, came along. Many Christians acknowledged that he was the one that Jesus, peace be upon him, said would come, and they incorporated or converted to Islamic teachings. And although there was no command, convert or die, but the same warnings came with Islam that came with Christianity. Don't turn away from this message, or you'll be one of the losers. You're going to miss out. So, kind of an interesting twist on things, and food for thought. The number 7 being something also prevalent in all religions. So I'll leave it at that, and wish you all the best out there. Have a good day. Have a good new year. God bless. We'll see you on the next one. Adios.